don't try this.
Hey guys, Greenleaf Productions here. So, a while back I started wondering, is it possible to turn the 2015 Captain Rex's ATTE into an actual ATTE? What I mean by this is, if you've seen that set, I have it. I don't have any of the previous ATTE sets, but I have this one. It's, you know, that broken down one from Rebels, that one episode where they're Captain Rex and the other clones are living on that walker, and it's all broken down, and it has a bunch of weird additions to it. Yeah, they made a set of that in 2015, in case you didn't know, and I got it. Honestly, it's cool, but, like, it doesn't really serve a lot of purposes. It has only one specific function, and I was just started wondering, is it possible to turn it into a functioning actual ATTE that isn't broken down? So, you know, I started tinkering, and I honestly, I didn't think it was possible with the pieces I have to do this, but amazingly enough, I was actually able to turn Captain Rex's ATTE into a functional, brand new looking ATTE that isn't broken down, that looks like fresh out of the Clone Wars. It's really exciting. I'm super proud of how this turned out. I just wanted you guys to see this, although if you have the set and you try to convert it into an actual ATTE, word of advice, don't do it.
Don't try this. Don't try this.
You need so many pieces. I can't even really tell you how to do it because it just requires so many pieces, so much work. There's so much that you have to change about it, as you can see from the photo here. It's just, it's hard. It's really hard. And really, you'd be better off just splurging and getting the ATTE from 2013, or better yet, the Clone Wars one if you can find a good deal, because that one is probably the coolest and comes with the coolest minifigures. Anyway, the one that I came up with, it's actually pretty nice. Like, this could actually be, you know, in my opinion, the next ATTE that they come out with. Like, it could look like this. It looks pretty up to date. The hardest part was finding those turrets. You know, those kind of bubble turrets that are on the ATTE. They have 4 in the front and 2 in the back. Those are the hardest to get because they don't come in a lot of sets, especially not in the right color. So I really had to strip basically everything I have to get them. I got 2 from the Republic gunship in 2013 that I also happen to have, and I got another 2, one from a dwarf spider droid, and another from the ATDP from Rebels. So if you don't have enough of those, it really won't work at all. It won't look good without enough of those turrets, because those are kind of a deciding factor on the ATTE to make it look authentic. Anyway, enough talk. I'm sure you came here, of course, to see it, and here it is. Just adjust that there. So, as you can see, pretty amazing, right? There's so much work that went into this. I think the only thing that remained unchanged were most of the legs, the side panels, and the cockpit, but everything else had to be altered. So the cockpit still functions. I did add a little extra, another 1x4 down there to just make it a little longer. It just makes it look better, but this functions the exact same way. You can still pull out the little cockpit part and fit a clone pilot in there instead of the usual old Commander Wolf that was in there before. So that's the same. These 2 turrets are in the same position. But then, as you see, I added the 2 extra ones down at the bottom. I had to build a separate thing down here to fit those, and I had to take off the balcony that was in front here, obviously. That was hard. This is completely custom built, this turret piece, because the other one was kind of old and broken down, of course. So this is all completely custom. As you can see, I have a little clone gunner in there just to show you where he fits. And the turret can still move up and down like it did in the original set. So, as you see, I could take it off pretty easily because the bulk of this is still the same ATTE, which was nice. And you can still have this thing with the flick fire missiles. You don't need them because I did not include a spring-loaded shooter in here because I hate them. So, but they're there. You could probably store other stuff like guns or something in there if you want. And then, moving around the back here, you can see this entire piece was completely custom as well. I had to make all of this from scratch. I had to take out the huge cabin that was in the back here and the little balcony with the ladder. That all had to come out. And then I replaced it with this piece, which can kind of come out. Not really. I mean, it's kind of cemented in there because I put this little wall here. That's just to give it more stability. I guess you don't have to have that in there, but it definitely helps keeping it from breaking apart. But then, as you see, this whole thing comes out. And I didn't include any details in here in the cabin part, but you could definitely add like a weapons rack back here instead of that TV screen that they had back there. You can definitely add a weapons rack and you know, an armor stand or something like that if you wanted to do that for your clones. But anyway, that just fits right back on like that. Easy peasy. It does not fall off easily because I added a lot of stability. Actually, let's take that off again. I'm really sorry that I can't show you how to do this because yeah, I honestly forgot. There's so much that you have to do, but looking at this piece, which was completely custom, here, I'll just give you a look at the back here. This is what I used to make that. Pretty straightforward. Just the bending mechanism was made with a couple of those pieces. I don't know what they're called, unfortunately. You probably know, though, what I'm talking about. And in the front, just a little bit of design there. All this stuff is kind of superfluous. It's just for design purposes. And, of course, the 2 extra turrets. That is a real drawback when converting this set. If you really want to, which you shouldn't, never attempt this.
Seriously, do not try, never attempt this!
Is the lack of those bubble turrets, these ones. It only comes with 2, and you're going to need an extra 4 to make this, which is unfortunate. The other thing I had to change was, well, I mean, this leg here had light gray sloped pieces on the bottom, so I had to replace those with dark gray, not a big deal. But back here, I had to add an extra leg because this leg was brown. I'm supposing it was supposed to be made out of wood. I don't know that for sure, but I'm guessing that was the general idea. So, this had to be completely replaced with another, you know, identical leg to the rest of them. That's another thing you have to do, unfortunately. And then, other than that, just, you know, like a little piece there that wasn't there before, just to give it a little body. It's not really a big deal, but, you know. Let me give you another look at this turret piece, in case you want to build this, which you shouldn't.
Don't try this!
But if you do, that's just kind of how it looks. I'm afraid to take this apart because I probably won't remember how to put it back together. So, yeah. But anyway, I think that's about it. As you can see, it looks pretty awesome, actually. It looks like straight out of the Clone Wars, you know, and that's what I was going for. So, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you found this helpful. I think I'm like one of the first people on YouTube to attempt this. So, you know, if this helped, thanks a lot. Glad it did. And I'll see you next time.